What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Oh man. Alright, we're coming back to Dream Theater. Yes, indeed. Dream Theater fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This is a request from Ernest Ramos, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 69% of the vote, moving it from number 501 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this song by Dream Theater called Illumination Theory. Now, have I heard the song before? Believe it or not, no, I haven't. This is one of the Dream Theater songs that I have not heard, so this is probably on one of their more recent albums. I don't know which album it's on. I stopped listening to Dream Theater after Octavarium. I lost all interest in Dream Theater. So this is coming off of an album I have not heard yet. So yeah, believe it or not, an actual fresh song from Dream Theater that I have not heard yet, as far as I know. Now look, there is always a possibility that I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I recognize this song. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by, oh God. Okay. It's posted by DT Forever, but they got spaces in between each and every letter. I kid you not. D space, T space, F space, O space, R space, E space, V space, E space, R. Yeah. Why? Anyway, yeah, it's posted by DT Forever. And the video has 4.1 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Dream Theater, Illumination Theory, live from the Boston Opera House with lyrics. Cool. How long? I just gotta look. How long is this song? Oh, dear Lord. You know, I was making the comment while I was loading everything up. I said something. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said something to the effect of, watch, it's going to be like a 12 to 13 minute long song. No, I was wrong. 1944. Oh, Nelly, this better be good. Oh. All right, let's should I break out my calculator? Am I gonna need a scientific calculator for this? I don't know. I guess I have to wait and find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Playing with the full orchestra there, huh? And a choir. Little crowd interaction there. Good job, John. Okay. Young playing a 7-string now. So far, I'm digging this. So far, so good. They have not, gone full-blown prog like they have in the past. Like when I completely lost interest in them with Octavarium and to some extent Train of Thought. No, this is actually well written and it's pleasing to the ear. It's easy to follow. It's not requiring a scientific calculator. It's all in 4/4. And even the chordal flow really is not varying a whole lot. It's staying pretty simple, which is actually for them, it's impressive. I'm impressed. This is going to sound really weird. I'm impressed by the simplicity of it. So far, so good. I'm just curious. Is John Myung playing a 7-string bass now? He's one of the reasons why I started playing a 6. He's one of the guys that got me into playing 6-string basses. Him and John Patitucci and Kim Stone, the three of them. They're the three that really kind of got me into playing 6. Now he's playing a 7. Figures. Anyway, let's keep going here. So we went from 4/4 to 7/8. Okay. I mean, that's not that big of a jump. That's not the big of a jump. And here's the thing. They stayed on it for a while. It's not like they did it for like 2 measures and then, went into something. No, they stayed on that for long enough. I mean, they figured out, okay, it's 7/8. Boom. And then now they'll say they're going into something else. That's fine. That's much better than what they used to do when they were flipping literally every 2 measures between ridiculous time signature changes. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm getting a real kick out of watching the orchestra and out of watching the choir in the back. And not all of them, not everybody, but every once in a while, you'll see one person in the orchestra or one person in the choir doing this, just rocking out. Yeah. I love that. I wish they would all get into it like that. That's awesome to see. Anyway, let's keep going here. Okay.
This question, look deep inside, deliver a true confession. What are you willing to live for? Consider this question, open your eyes, examine your own reflection. What are you willing to die for? When your back's against the wall, and your time's uncertain. Consider this question, no standing by, with flesh and blood I threaten. What are you willing to kill for? We seek to understand. We cry with dead in hand.
Again, times conditions change, but not excessive.
The bridges we built to connect. The distance that makes us further. Hate dividing us, love reminding us of our shared humanity.
Nice play on offbeats.
Be a shadow fleeting onward where the tide believe it. Catching it all in a final act of faith. We seek to understand. We a story that needs to be told, an answer that begs to be found. The again that we wish to behold is never turned far away.
So I guess this is the third movement. How many movements? Okay, this is a 19-minute song. I'm going to guess 19 minutes. I'm going to guess, I'm going to say 6 or 7 movements. That'd be my guess. And this one's the instrumental. So the first movement was instrumental. Second movement had vocals, but it was a short movement by comparison. Now the third movement is apparently, according to what we saw on the screen, instrumental. Okay, little diversity there. James still sounding good. Gotta give him credit, man. That man has taken care of his voice over the last 30 some odd years. I mean, he's taken really good care of his voice. It still sounds great. Yeah, man, so far so good. I'm digging this. Maybe I'm gonna have no wait, maybe. Okay, hold on. Let's not jump the gun. Let's not make that statement yet. We still got 13 minutes to go, so I shouldn't be making that statement yet. Not yet. I'm by the time we're done, maybe I'll make that statement. We'll see. Anyway, let's keep going here. Back there. Good job, John. Aha. Okay. I had a theory. In this. Okay, so I've been watching the conductor. He's been conducting in 3. And the phrasing, it works in 3, but it also works in 4. You could have counted what they've been playing in 4, and it would have worked. Because the phrasings are happening on, like, it seems like a lot of the phrasings are starting, it feels like it's starting on 2 rather than starting on 1. And a lot of them also feel like it's starting on 3. So it feels like it could be counted in 4, but it's being conducted in 3, and it is working. And it resolved with that last measure of him counting in 4 before this next transition. So, I don't know. Maybe my math is off. It's possible. It's very possible. But I get the feeling it felt to me like it could have been in 4 or it could have been in 3. They just happened to be conducting it in 3. And it's probably written on paper in 3 as well. So, interesting. Very interesting. Let's keep going here. 2, 3, 4, bomb. Now it's conducting in 4. Nice job. Shout out to that orchestra. Getting a nice full sound. And I mean, they have all the instrumentation. Yeah. Hold on, give me a second here. Yeah. Anyway, getting a nice full sound, and they have all the instruments needed. They don't have the size, like having the number of instruments per instrument. It is stretched, it is squeezed down a little bit, but they're still getting a nice full sound out of there. And their instrumentations are 2 oboes, really? Okay. You usually will only see 1, so seeing 2 is nice. I didn't see all the brass, but they were starting to come around to the brass section. I saw French horn, and I think I saw a trumpet before they cut away. Would have been nice to see what else they had in the brass. But really nice job on that orchestra. Very nice piece right there. Well constructed, well organized, great dynamic control. Yeah, man, it sounded really good. Had nothing to do with Dream Theater, man. That was all the orchestra. Good on them. Anyway, let's keep going here. No, he's 26. Oh, come on, Jordan, really? It's bad enough you're coming out with a keytar, but you're going to come out with a custom designed keytar that's looking like a cross between a shark fin and a whale tail. Great. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. This is where they're starting to lose me because they're going back to their old ways of let's see how complex and complicated we can be. Let's really, whip out our songwriting ability, our songwriting talent, and put on the table. Yeah, check that out. Look at that. Look at the girth. Look at the weight. Yeah, check that out. Being amazing. Just be amazed at the amount of it that's there. See, this is where they start to lose me. And it's a shame because first movement, I liked it. Second movement, I liked it. Third movement, I liked it. Now we're in this fourth movement and I mean, it sounds good. Don't get me wrong. It sounds fine, but it once again, I don't understand the need to have to change time signatures every 4 measures, every 2 to 4 measures. And the weird ones too, man. It's not even like, going from 4/4 to 3/4 or, 4/4 to 6/8 or anything. No. We're talking like 9/16 to 15/8. To 2 measures of 3/8, to a measures of 7/8, to a measure of 14/16. It's just, guys, come on, man. Really? Does it have to be that complicated? Do you have to do that? Can't you keep it a little simpler? And not so often? This is the whole reason I became disenchanted with Dream Theater in the first place. Octavarium was just I don't know there's any people that disagree with me, but Octavarium, man, I was so bored listening to that album because I just gave up. I was gonna have an aneurysm if I kept trying to count. I was like, it's not worth my health. It's not worth it. They're putting more effort and more time into seeing how complex we can be. How over the top can we be with our theory? How over the top can we be with our time signatures and our key signature changes? How far can we push that envelope? They were more focused on that than they were on writing good songs. And that's where I lost interest, was after that album. I was done. I listened to Octavarium. I think I listened to it. How many times did I listen to it? I think I only listened to it once. I think I listened to it one time, start to finish, and I said, I'm done. They've lost me forever. I'm done. Because I saw a trend from 6 Degrees to Train of Thought to Octavarium. I saw this trend happening where they were focusing less and less on writing good songs and focusing more and more on being impressive. And guys, you were impressive enough. Honestly, you guys were impressive enough with Change of Seasons. I mean, I love that tune. And then when they did, for the record, we do not talk about Falling Into Infinity. We don't talk about that album. That album does not exist to me. But, Scenes from a Memory, my opinion, that was their opus. That was their masterpiece album. That album is like Prog 101. Like if you want to know what prog rock's all about, you check out that album. That album will take you on a journey. But after that, man, it just became more and more focused on technicality and less focused on writing good songs. And it's starting to rear its ugly head again here. Which is a shame because, like I said, the first movement, second movement, third movement, I was enjoying myself. I was really enjoying myself. Yeah, they threw in some time signature changes, and I was fine with it because it made sense and because it didn't happen every 3 or 4 measures. They threw it in, stayed for a while, about 8 to 16 measures, and then it left and went back into 4/4 again. I'm okay with that. That's fine. It's when it's every 3 to 4 measures, it's changing. Every 2 to 4 measures, it's changing. Just constantly changing. It's like, okay, now where's the groove? Where is it? Where's 1? You know, you're so, you become lost. And it's like, that's not a whole lot of fun. How many of you guys have ever been lost before? Like you're driving or you're hiking or whatever, and you get lost. Now, imagine you didn't have GPS. Imagine you didn't have, you know, Waze or whatever. Imagine you're back in the 1980s or the 1990s. We didn't have that stuff, and you got lost. Was that fun for you? Did you enjoy being lost? Was that fun? No, it wasn't. Same thing here, you know? Anyway, let's keep going here. John and John back there. Nice. Nice exchange. Smooth. That drum rack is just ridiculous. Okay, so now we're into the 5th movement. Yeah, we're okay, 6 movements probably, maybe 7. I don't think we're gonna have enough time for 7, but 6 movements, yeah, we'll probably get there. The solos were nice. The solos were really good. Great switch off. Very clean and seamless switch off between Jordan and John. Really nice job. Jordan kind of channeling his inner Derek Sherinian there with the pitch wheels. I was like, oh no, it's Derek again. God. No, it was well done though. It wasn't over the top like Derek Sherinian would do. It sounded really good. John solo sounded really good. It was all in 4/4, believe it or not. It was. I was counting right down the middle. And it was 4/4 all the way through. We had some great subdivisions that made it feel like it wasn't in 4/4, but it was in 4/4 the whole time there. I liked that. That was good. See, I like that kind of stuff. I like it when they do, you know, when bands play around with subdivisions and they make it feel like it's in 3 or they make it feel like it's in 6 or 7, but it stays in 4 the whole freaking time. It never deviates. It just, because of the subdividing work and because the subdividing work is so clean and so precise and so accurate, it could fool you into thinking it's something else, but it really isn't. See, I like that. That's cool. I got no problem with that. Okay, so 5th movement. Let's see what we're going to do with this one.
You can face the time.
Hit them all! Hit them all!
Thank you. That is our show. Take care. Let's do it again, all right? Stay well. Thank you. Good night.
Last song of the set. I can see that. Yeah, hearing it, that makes perfect sense. End the night with that. Good ending. Really good ending. Huh. Okay, so it was 5 movements. I was wrong. I thought I guessed 6 or 7, and it's only 5 movements. Huh. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about here. I am going to do my very best to condense as much as I possibly can. So we're not here for, another 30 minutes on the review. I'm going to do my best to shrink everything down and compress it as much as possible. But I make no promises or I make no guarantees. I don't know how this is going to go. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Dream Theater with apparently all 5 movements of Illumination Theory. This was a request from Ernest Ramos, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 69% of the vote.
Nice.
Moving it from number 501 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay. Before I give my score, I gotta be honest with you folks, I don't know how this is gonna go. I kid you not, I spent about 30 minutes after I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it, and I clicked. And I spent about 30 minutes up until this point thinking about everything and trying my damnedest to compress as much as I possibly could and squeeze everything together as much as I could, so we are not going to be here for seriously another half hour. I don't know how this is going to go. I might be able to get through this in 10 minutes. Then again, dang it, maybe we will be here. Maybe we'll be here for another 30. I don't know. I'm going to do my best to keep this short, but I'm not making any promises other than I'm going to do my best. All right. Having said all that, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's just do the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 9.2. Yep, 9.2. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
This was a fine piece. A very fine piece. I was getting shades of, more than anything else, I was getting shades of A Change of Seasons. The movement of the song, how the song was designed, how the song was constructed, how the song flowed from one to the other with those definite end points, but never a finality. Like they would, like after movement 1 ended, it came to a point of ending, but with that lead in of we're not done. Brace yourself. You know, this part's ending, but now here comes the next part. Brace yourselves for it. You know what I mean? We never had that finality in any of the endings between movement 1, movement 2, movement 3, movement 4. You never had that feeling of it's over. It always had that feeling of get ready for the next part. And that is great arranging. That is great songwriting. I gotta give him credit for that. Very much like A Change of Seasons did. A Change of Seasons never had a feeling of finality. My one and only gripe about Scenes from a Memory was when Looking Through Her Eyes ended. The 7th part. When that ended, it felt final. And then it actually, everything stopped. And then you heard the guitar come in for Home. And that always was a little bit of a turnoff for me. I'm like, wouldn't it have been nice if it had bled in? They could have done that very easily, but they didn't. Instead, they had this finality, and I'm like, you know what I mean? It just kind of irked me. That's my only complaint about that entire album. This did not have that. This was very much like A Change of Seasons, where everything led to the next, and I was a big fan of that. Movement 1, great intro, fantastic intro. One of my favorite parts of the song, in all honesty. A great instrumental beginning. Well written, well constructed, great chordal flow, great melodic lines happening within the guitar and within the keyboard as well. Sounded great start, fantastic start. Second part came out. Second part, if I'm being honest with you, it felt a little short to me. It felt like, I don't know, maybe, I'm wondering, was there any editing done for the sake of the show? Did they cut parts? Because there were a couple of places where I was like, that seemed a little short. Like the second movement felt short. And I don't know if maybe they had to cut some parts out for time constraints, or maybe they just maybe they just trimmed some of the fat off of the studio recording. I don't know, but the second movement felt pretty short by comparison to what everything else was. So I liked the second movement. I did. The third movement, really nicely done. Again, another instrumental, really well done, really well executed. I loved the orchestral breakdown where Dream Theater laid out and the orchestra took over. I thought that was gorgeous. Beautiful piece of playing. The strings sounded fantastic. And the brass was there. You could hear the brass, but it always kind of stayed and lingered in the background, letting the woodwinds and the strings really kind of keep the fullness going, which was really nice because it's very easy in an orchestra for the brass to take over. I've been parts of orchestras where the brass has taken over, and I'm God, it's not a pretty sight. No, but the orchestral piece was really gorgeous, and believe it or not, I don't know if you saw, but it brought tears to my eyes. It was a gorgeous piece. The fourth movement. This was my complaint. This is the one part of the song that I was not a fan of. The first half of the fourth movement. They went back to the well, and they went back to their old ways of let's see how impressive we can be. Up to that point, I was thoroughly enjoying everything that they had done. But as soon as the fourth movement kicked in, and I felt that happening, I felt the weird time changes and the constant and quick, rapid succession time changes happening, I was at that point pretty much over it. I was like, oh God, here we go again. Back to their old tricks again, huh? Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. Yeah, let's show off how big our theory is. Let's whip it out of our pants. Let's lay it on the table. Ugh. Yeah, show it off. Check that out. Look at that girth. Yeah. That's what it was. And I'm just like, here we go again. Back to our old habits. But then here's the thing. About halfway through the fourth movement, when Jordan came out with that ridiculous looking guitar, good Lord. But listen, here's the thing though. As ridiculous as it looked, it sounded really good. When he kicked in and we went back into just straight time again, sounded great. Sounded great. And the transition between him to John and doing the pass off on the solos, smooth. Very smooth. Very, very well done. And then the fifth movement, and they redeemed themselves, keeping it simple. And what a great ending. I didn't know this was the end of the concert. This was a great way to end a live show. Hearing this song, it makes perfect sense. Perfect sense to end a show with that song. If they're gonna put that song anywhere in the show, it's gotta be at the end. Made perfect sense. Sounded good closer, good opportunity to get the crowd involved, which I'm gonna talk about more in a little bit. But overall, just a great way to bring it up and then close it out. Really nice job overall in the songwriting. Like I said, the first half of the fourth movement, not a big fan of that. Everything else, I was absolutely fine with. Instrumentally, I don't think I'm going to talk about the instruments. I don't think I'm going to talk about the musicianship because there's really no point. We all know Dream Theater are some of the most talented musicians in the world, period. John Petrucci is a phenomenal guitar player. John Myung is one of the main reasons I wanted to become a bass player. He's been one of my idols. He's been one of my influences for a long time, and he's one of the reasons why I started playing a 6-string bass. He's one of the 3 guys that made that happen. Jordan Rudess, I've always been a big fan of his. A lot of people were upset when Kevin left the band, and I'll be the first to admit I was a little put off when he left the band too, especially considering who replaced him. We're not going to talk about that album. That album does not exist. But once that guy left and Jordan came in, everything made sense again, and the world was bright and everything came up roses. I really like Jordan's playing. I really do. Now the drummer, I know that's not Mike Portnoy. What's his name? I know it's Mike. Mike Mangini or Mike Mangini. It's one of those two, Mangini or Mangini. This is actually, I don't think this is the first time I've heard him playing drums. I think I've heard him playing drums before. Look, Dream Theater wouldn't hire him if he wasn't a well-established and phenomenal drummer, and it shows. I mean, his drum kit is over the top. The racks around and the racks around the top. It's ridiculous. But here's the thing. I saw him hit everything. There was nothing that was just there for show. Every single piece of equipment on those racks, up and down, was utilized in just that one song. So I can't knock it. If it's up there, he used it. It's not just there as a showpiece. So you'd be amazed how many drummers will make their drum set look huge, and then they only play half of the drums that they use. You'd be amazed how many drummers do that. Lastly, I'll talk about James Labrie. The guy's been singing in Dream Theater for 30 years, over 30 years, and his pipes are still good, man. Good Lord. This guy knows how to take care of his voice because there is no sign of wear and tear on his vocals at all. At all. There's no loss of range. There's no squeaks. There's no scratches. There's no breaks. There's loss of power, loss of projection, loss of pitch control. No, none of these things. He has taken exceptional care of his voice, and it pays off because he sounds just as good now as he did back on Images and Words. He sounds better, in all honesty, than he did on Images and Words and Awake. And if I'm being honest, he even sounds better than he did on Change of Seasons. He sounds better now than he did on those first 3 albums. So good for him. Good for him. I hope he continues to take care of his voice. If he does, it will take him far. The live show. I saw a lot more than I was expecting. I've seen Dream Theater live. How many times have I seen them live? I've seen them live 3 times. Is it 3? Oh, well, okay. Technically 4. The Palace show. The infamous Palace show that got shut down because the fire marshal came in and shut down the show exactly at the halfway point of the show. And the riot ensued. Now, me and my buddies, we left before the riot kicked in. We got out of there. We saw the signs and we said, we're dipping, we're gone, we're out of there. So we missed the riot, thank God. But I was at that show. I kind of count that as like a half show. So I've seen them 3.5 times. I think that is the most active I think I've ever seen them on stage. I saw stage interaction between John and John. I saw stage interaction between John and Mike. I saw stage interaction between John and Jordan and John over here. And I saw a great amount of stage interaction. That was great to see. More impressively, something I've never seen from Dream Theater ever, is I saw some crowd interaction, not just from James, but I saw it from Jordan, and I saw it from John Petrucci. Still didn't say it from John Myung, but he's kind of an introvert, I guess, so whatever. But hey, look, at least John Myung, at least he interacted with John Petrucci, he interacted with Mike, and he interacted with Jordan, so I'll take it. I'll take that. But I saw some great crowd interaction. That is a big deal to me. I can't stand it when bands ignore their crowd. I cannot stand that. I think that is so disrespectful. So it was great to see that. I've never seen that happen with Dream Theater. Okay, I've seen James do it, but I've never seen like John interact with the crowd and stuff like that. That's a first. That's a definite first. Some great stage energy, some great stage movement and motion. Production was really good. Stage presence was obviously there. The overall, great live show. Great live show. Fantastic live show. In closing, I think I'm going to close this out. Oh, please tell me I can do this in under an hour. That'd be nice. In closing, the 9.2. I'm giving them that score on everything I've talked about, and one more thing. I gave them, my first score I gave them was a 9.1, and I bumped it up to a 9.2, and this is the reason why. I was a huge Dream Theater fan up until Octavarium. I lost interest in them after that album. I thought that album was horrible, and I saw the trend starting at 6 Degrees, where it was becoming more and more focused on how impressive can we be, and less focused on let's write some great songs. So I stopped listening to them after Octavarium. I was done. After hearing this song, I wanted to say this at about after the first movement. I wanted to say this, but I felt like it was premature and it was not be appropriate to say it. But I'm going to say it now. I think I might have to give Dream Theater another chance. I think I might have to. Now, here's the thing, and this is where I'm going to need those of you that have been loyal to Dream Theater forever to give me some heads up, okay? I have their entire discography up to Octavarium. I don't have Octavarium anymore. I tossed that album, but I seriously have when Dreams and Day Unite all the way through to Octavarium covered, okay? Where would be a good place to start? What album would be a good place to try and pick up the pieces and give them another shot? I want you to tell me a good, not the best one, give me something to work up to, but give me a good, solid album with good songwriting, not focusing on trying to be as impressive as they can possibly be. You know, give me an album with some really good songwriting, some great songs, okay? Give me that album. What album should I start off at? I would like to know, because I'm willing to give them another chance after hearing this. This was fantastic. So I'm willing to give them another chance. Where should I start? Let me know in the comments, okay? Anyway, that's why I bumped it up to a 9.2, is because this song single-handedly has changed, I don't know if I would say changed my mind, but it's given me, let's say it's given me the motivation to give them another shot, all right? Look, everybody has their faux pas. Everybody makes mistakes. Let's see if we can pick up the pieces and try again. Let me know where I should start. But that's why I bumped it up to the 9.2, is because this song actually did what I thought was impossible and made me interested in Dream Theater again. So, 9.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.